Hey, what's up, party people? Happy Monday. Welcome to a live episode of SJU. I'm here with Danielle, and joining us today, Bailey Meyers. Hey, how's it going, Bailey?
Hey! Hey.
Welcome to the Slam. Here, you're here to come on and jam, and we're talking, of course, about Space Jam 2. What's the title? Face the Nation? What is it called? Space Jam,
Uh,
Space Jam 2: A
A
New
new
Legacy.
New
legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
All right, sweet. I have yet to see this film. I'm very excited. I blocked out my afternoon. I'm gonna pour myself a glass of Michael's Secret Stuff and really drink in Space Jam 2. Danielle, you went to go see this at the box office.
Oh, I sure did.
And you're apparently not alone because this was the number one film. Although, according to critics, this is something like a leaked internal marketing video for Warner Brothers that somehow got put into a theater and is just calculated to give you a headache. Anyways, I can't wait. But the reviews did not do anything to slow it down. This debuted with $54.6 million worldwide. That is the best opening for a Warner Bros. Film during COVID-19. That beat Godzilla vs. Kong, which we were all excited about. Like, movies are back, baby. This is a very strong start. What's your level of surprise, Danielle? Bailey? Is this a shock to you, or did you know that the people would come on and slam? All the Quad City DJs would come in from around the country to support.
I think I kind of knew it just because, like, people that I knew who I would not have expected would be ready to slam and jam were like talking about how much they were going to jam and slam. Like I saw the discourse on Twitter, and people seem to be really into the idea of going and seeing this in a theater for dumb reasons. I don't know how much of this box office is irony bucks, but irony bucks spend,
bucks.
baby. They spend as much as real dollars do. So
I always overestimate how many irony bucks there are. Like, people don't usually go to see like Cats kind of flopped, right? Like, people don't usually see the bad movies on purpose, do they?
it depends. But in this one, it's one thing my one hot take on this is that Stubbs is back, baby. AMC has restarted, and whether you wanted them to or not, in July they restarted Stubbs. And so I actually knew people who are not like huge moviegoers who were like, oh, I pay X amount for this, and I can pick up my concessions early and they'll have them ready for me. Like, basically, this thing will pay for me to go see one movie a month plus concessions. And then if I want to go see more stuff, I can. So why don't I? Like, I know people that like started a Stubbs account specifically to see the Space Jam. So I don't know like what I don't know what impact that had, but I think it has to have something, like the fact that now you're able to once again go to AMC, see, what is it, like 3 movies a week or whatever it is, and Space Jam can be one of your movies. I think that has to be part of it. And I don't know how those numbers work or crunch for them, but I think that that's got to be taken into consideration, because most of the people I know that irony they went because they already had a Stubbs account. Like, they went because they were already paying to go see a few movies a month.
Okay. Bailey, what's your Space Jam theory? Why is this movie a hit more so than anything else that's come out during COVID?
I think my main theory is that I need to get a Stubbs account, first of all. I got in way too late in the game in Movie Pass. I'm not going to let another one pass me by, This seems great. But also, I think I went to the mall the other day and literally every single store was selling Space Jam: A New Legacy merch, like literally every single store. And I'm just like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to fill these theaters. They have to pay for all of these t-shirts they printed. Like, it's not going to be like a Super Bowl thing where you just find like the Space Jam did really good at the box office at the thrift store like months and months later. They need to sell this merch now. So I assumed that those theaters are going to be packed, and it's so nice to assume and be right for once.
A couple weird things about this is one, there's a Marvel film came out just last week, Black Widow, and it plunged down in theaters. And NATO, not the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but the National American Theater Owners, they're blaming Disney Plus for the poor performance, for the drop off in week 2. Whereas Space Jam, a film that you can see at home for free, had is seemingly well, it knocked off the #1 spot and seems to be going strong. So why would one movie that you had to pay $30 for to see at home do worse in the box office than a movie that you could also see for free at home? Can someone square that circle for me?
Can I answer your question with a question? How
Of
much
course.
basketball does Black Widow play with the Looney Tunes?
Very, very little. She
There,
plays
yeah.
tic-tac-toe with Hawkeye. It's implied she plays tic-tac-toe with Hawkeye at some point.
Well,
Not
and during that
nearly as
point,
fun.
at some point, Daffy Duck must have come in. You know, you've got Sylvester like, oh, you know, like a little suffering succotash coming in. I guess my take in it is like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's necessarily Marvel fatigue. I do wonder if it's one of those things where Black Widow has been advertised for so long and it's been pushed back so much that I think the enthusiasm for the movie just wasn't as high as necessarily people thought that it was going to be. Like, we've been waiting for this movie for forever. It's like, you know, that new Ghostbusters where it's like, is this movie going to come out? Like, is this an actual movie? And we knew that it was with Black Widow, but it's just like, I don't know. And it's also, Black Widow got spoiled on, like, in a way where I think with Space Jam, it doesn't matter if you spoil it. It's like, oh, they go to whatever world. And it's like, yeah, who cares? It's like a basketball and Daffy Duck. Like, who cares? We all knew that they were going to these different worlds. Like, it doesn't matter. Whereas with Black Widow, like, very important plot points were already like being put in video on Twitter and not being taken down as quickly as they should have on social media. Like, almost immediately, like the movie was already up, and I don't know if it's just like easier to rip or like how that works.
Right.
But I was seeing a lot more of that on Twitter than I saw people really care about that with Space Jam.
There were reports of Black Widow being one of the most pirated movies ever based off these pirates. You know, it's all very like unofficial and stuff like that, the numbers, but they're included in the Deadline story. They talked about how pirated Black Widow was compared to other stuff and how that may have affected it, plus the Disney Plus stuff and all that.
Well, yeah, I'll bet Disney put that out just to make themselves seem like cooler. Like, yeah, everybody wants to see this. Of course, they just didn't.
I'm
pay
always
for it.
releasing press releases about how people pirate my stuff. It hasn't worked yet, but one day.
I have so many friends just off camera.
My boyfriend lives in Canada.
Yeah. Look, I was more excited to see Space Jam than Black Widow. I saw neither in theaters, but I guess, yeah, and you can't spoil Space Jam. It's like LeBron teams up with aliens or some kind of computer to fight the rest of Warner Brothers. I don't know and I don't care. I just wanted to see the Looney Tunes, and I wanted to play Where's Waldo in the crowd shots to see how many bizarre cameos I could find. So I get the impulse because I don't think that, like, I think it's kind of a good pandemic timed film of like, yeah, we're going back to the theaters because we want to see something big and dumb. And it sounds like it delivers on both of those fronts.
Oh yeah, it is definitely big and dumb. And there were kids there. Like, look, we all made fun of Space Jam and we made fun of it. Like, even the people who went, like, again, a lot of irony going, but kids don't care. Kids are just like, oh, hey, it's Bugs Bunny. Like, they don't really care about the stuff that we care about when it comes to the Space Jam.
Look, it's the Clockwork Orange Droogs. Kids love those guys.
Oh, yeah. Like, they don't care that it's the nun that did the thing with the thing. Like, they don't care about that.
Oh man, I just can't. I guess there's your answer. Is I can't wait to see this. So that tells you everything you need to know, because I know it's bad, or allegedly it's very bad, but that's not going to stop me. And when has bad reviews stopped people from ever seeing a film? People think critics matter, but they don't. Right? Like, have you ever been excited for a movie and it's got like a rotten rating and you don't watch it?
No, I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go every time.
Yeah.
I like to form my own opinions.
Come on now.
And also like stupid tomatoes and what they have to say.
Explain all the Transformers movies, you know? Explain the Kardashians. Like,
Bumblebee was good. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, Bumblebee was good. Well, that one got good reviews and nobody saw it. So, you know, I guess you proved my point.
Matter. Yeah.
But the chat has takes, as they're known to do. So let's read and react to some of these. Ombre de California writes, can't this just be because parents need to take their kids somewhere and the AC in the cinema is a plus? Of course.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I think that anyone who's been cooped up with children knows like it's great to find any excuse to get out of the house. And this week it was Space Jam 2. Here was this one, we got to pick this one apart or really dig in here. Simon Smith says, it's just the marketing. The internet destroyed corporations' ability to dictate the cultural narrative. That's why the last great youth movement was grunge, or possibly emo to a lesser extent. Can someone decipher the hieroglyphics on that?
Okay. I'm gonna give this a shot and I'm gonna fail miserably. So corporations tell you what you want to see, and this movie feels like it's a bunch of corporate stuff, but really in the end it's very subversive because they know that you're going to go see it anyway, and so they throw all of that at you. But with grunge, nope, I got nothing. I was going to try. I tried really hard and I gave myself 1 minute or 30 seconds, and I was like, if I can't do it in 30 seconds, can't do it. And I'm from Seattle. If I can't make those things
make the case for grunge, yeah.
Where's my red? I need a red string wall. Like if I had enough time, I would have had a red string wall over here by my calendar, and we could have figured that out.
And one red string goes to emo ? Yeah, Bailey, you want to take a crack at this one?
I every time I try to read this, I feel kind of like I can smell toast. So I don't know if I want to push it too far.
Simon, please follow up and maybe provide a little more detail to what you're talking about here. Adam Halbert writes, is this proof people will just watch the pop culture without any logical reason why? Well, yeah, I mean, nobody does anything for any reason that makes sense. So this is just another one of those things. I do think that it casts a wide net, I think. If you were a fan of the NBA or LeBron James, or if you're a fan of cartoons, take your pick of any of the Looney Tunes, or if you're a fan of all of Warner Brothers' fantastic new IPs and properties, take a look. Do you like The Matrix? They talk about that in the trailer.
It's Game of Thrones, humping the Mad Max Fury dudes. Just I was going to say a word that I shouldn't say. Never mind.
I think it is proof that people like to clap for the thing they've seen. And that's at least what gets you in the theater. Clearly, it doesn't make you enjoy your time there. Although
no, that's the air conditioning.
Yeah, that's the AC.
Top 3 corporate air conditionings: grocery stores, hotels, and movie theaters.
Yep, 100%. I say that. However, the movie has a 81% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know how that compares to other critically excoriated films. It has an A- cinema score, which I know is good. And LeBron James shared a Deadline article with the quote, "Hi haters," and a little smiley face. So it's clearly doing, the people have spoken. Is this, what this reminds me of is Gotti, when the critics said, don't see Gotti, but the people, you know what? We came together and we said, there are 5 boroughs in New York: Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island. You know what that does? That makes a fist. And we fought back, and we made Gotti the biggest success of theater history. I think it just passed Avatar.
Yeah, no one benefited more from Space Jam than LeBron and his hairline.
Did they do a CGI job on that one?
Oh, his cartoon hairline is immaculate.
I thought he wasn't a cartoon. I thought it was really LeBron, and that was the whole. He's with cartoons now.
I'm spoiling
I need to see this movie.
Spoiler alert! Yeah, we don't want to give away all the secrets.
Hairline spoilers.
Didn't we just say we can't spoil this movie? He becomes really a cartoon.
Yeah, it is a movie. This has high drop off a cliff potential, right? Like, because we're comparing it to Black Widow's second weekend, but like this is its first weekend. So like, what do you guys think is going to happen a week? Like, will a week from now will we be saying the opposite of all of this? Like, what do you think?
Does Space Jam 2 have legs? I can tell you this: I'm not going to a theater to see this movie. But that's just me. But if you want to see Space Jam and like you're seeing it on the internet and you have irony poisoning, like you're just gonna watch it online, right?
Right.
like the people who were psyched, I feel like that's true for every movie, but the people who were excited already went in weekend one. But I could be wrong, because usually like critics don't matter for opening weekend, but like it can have good word of mouth and people are like, oh, we gotta go. So I don't think that's going to be the case here, right? Or is there some universe where Space Jam grows and grows and grows until it's the only thing in theaters?
No, I think like Bailey said, it's going to be like Sylvester or Wile E. Coyote going over the cliff, holding a sign that says, I was watching it for irony purposes, and then just dropping down.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends what else is coming out. Like, I don't think we have so many movies coming in like a month.
And Pig
like
is out.
for
Is
the
it
rest
gonna,
of the year. Yeah.
I have
Is it
a
gonna
favorite
compete
kids
with-
movie.
yeah, Pig and Zola, those are big in theaters right now. Like those are the movies that kids are going to go see.
I'm so annoyed that the only movies I want to see are only in theaters. I'm gonna have to leave the house. It's terrible.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can count on Space Jam 2 not like doing well, because even though it seems like there's probably not a high rewatchability for irony poisoned adults, it is one of the only kids movies out right now.
Yeah.
And it is a kids movie, and it is the summer. I think this thing's gonna top the charts for months. I don't think we're gonna be able to get rid of it.
Oh man. Well, keep it coming in the chat, and Ryan, keep us posted with people's deepest, darkest Space Jam theories or timelines. But I'd like to move on to something that seems fun and good that I would like to see and talk about, and that is the Reservation Dogs trailer from Taika Waititi. At least he's producing. Is he show running, or is he's somehow involved? What's his deal here? Anyone remember?
Not
I'm
sure.
looking at the official thing right now. I got you.
I know it said produced by, but I don't know if he has any other involvement. But we watched this. I mean, can we just like tell people to go see this and get excited? Because that's how I felt afterwards, right? Little kids doing crimes.
Yeah, this is actually on FX, right? This isn't one of those FX on Hulu's, like you can actually watch it. Oh no, it is FX on Hulu.
I don't think FX exists outside of Hulu anymore, but I could be wrong. Does anyone have
Everything I
cable?
want to see, yeah, everything I
It's
want to
still-
see is like FX on Hulu.
It's still a channel, but yeah, everything that, especially all their original programming, is going to then go onto Hulu the next day when they're not running Simpsons reruns.
Right. And I'm all about it. This appears to be there was like a brief potato chip heist scene, a chip truck heist, with some kids living on is this Native American and Indian reservation? Where is this?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're living on the res. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a
That
res
would make sense
somewhere.
with the name of the show.
Yeah. So I don't know much of anything about res life, and I doubt that it's as funny and quirky and adorkable as the trailer makes it seem. But I am so down to watch any co-created, EP'd. And he co-wrote the pilot, a show by Taika that's like more small scale, more slice of life from him. What'd y'all think of this trailer?
I have so much faith in Taika Waititi. Like the second I was already on board with the trailer, and then I saw he was involved, and I was like, oh, I mean, like I already was gonna watch it, but thank you. Like, thank you for that extra little boost of now I'm definitely super gonna watch it. I'm gonna check every day to see if it's updated yet or not. Like it looks so good.
It looks so funny too. Like I'm always ready for a Taika comedy. And it looks so funny, and the kids look so charming. And like you said, I'm exactly like, anytime you can have a heist with a bunch of teenagers, or in this case, a couple of them are preteens, I am super on board. There is rapping. I literally can't wait for this. Like this is one of my most anticipated shows for sure.
Yeah. And, sad but true admission about myself that I imagine is true for other people. It's like, I probably wouldn't check out, a series about indigenous teens, struggling to get by on a reservation if it wasn't a comedy, sadly. But the fact that it's Taika Waititi and looks hilarious means that I am actually going to probably learn something and get a sense of what life is like on a place that I've known nothing about. So I'm excited for this. Look at that comedy, opening doors, opening eyes. And this comes out August 9th. So we've got about 2 weeks to go, 3 weeks till this drops.
Can't wait that long.
Yeah, keep your
Taika
Hulu for one more
Waititi's
month.
involved.
And he's also he said something crazy about Ryan, can you look up his quote that he had recently about like Thor Love and Thunder, that it's like they should never have let me make this film, like this is gonna make your eyeballs crap out of your butt.
Yes.
He said it's so crazy it's almost like it shouldn't be made. I can't wait for I don't know what that means. But
Can't wait
man,
to find out.
his streak continues, both behind the camera and off camera and in front of the camera, and he's really living life for all of us right now. God bless him.
Good for him. Summer of Taika.
Summer of Taika. Yeah.
Waititi summer. So other things are happening that are maybe less exciting. I'm told they're still trying to make Game of Thrones a thing.
Okay.
Back to the Warner Bros. Corporation. There are at least 2 more potential animated Game of Thrones spin-offs in the works. One of these is set in a territory that was never seen in the original series, the Golden Empire of Yeti, or simply Yeti. This is on Essos. Everybody's favorite part of Game of Thrones was when George R. R. Martin took on Essos. And this is considered one of the oldest and most advanced societies in creator George R. R. Martin's sprawling fantasy realm, and is inspired by Imperial China, much the same way Westeros was the primary setting for GOT, was inspired by medieval Europe. Yes, thank you. War of the Roses, check it out. One live-action prequel concept has been canceled. So this is just like a Game of Thrones spin-off grab bag update. Flea Bottom, you're dead. You're dead to us. We've taken your face
for
off.
Game of Thrones spin-offs.
Yeah.
I've seen the show.
Yeah. It was in development based on life in the slums of King's Landing. Not moving forward. Bye-bye. So the only project that we know is going to happen, although I just read that it was delayed by COVID, is the House of the Dragon Targaryen prequel that will come out at some point next year, although maybe later because it just got delayed. Any of these breaking through the wall to y'all? Anything? Is there any rekindling of the flame of Game of Thrones in your hearts, or no? Are we done?
The only thing that'll make me forget that finale is if one of these is like a Rick and Morty style, really gross animated comedy. I want it to be drawn really cheaply. I want the voice acting to be disgusting. That's the only thing that's going to get me back on board. Just some really subpar, lowbrow stuff.
Okay. All right. So like a Spike and Mike, like twisted anime, like early Beavis and Butthead, but for Game of Thrones.
It's exactly what I want. It's the only thing that'll bring me back.
All right. Danielle, any of these doing it for you?
Again, I'm trying to, I live by the Saved by the Bell reboot rule, where every time I'm like, I don't care about this at all. Then it comes around and it's actually cool. I was looking forward mostly to the Flea Bottom thing, because I was like, I wanted to get into like, what is it like to be someone on like on the outskirts where all of this big stuff is coming. And it's like, well, there's a fucking dragon. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, you know, like, oh, the queen's being shamed again. I would throw this tomato, but it's the only food my family has for a week. Like, that was kind of what I was looking for.
You must really hate the queen if you put
they had no food and they're like
eating tomatoes. Yeah.
So that's what I was looking forward to. We'll see. Part of me wonders if any of this is going to happen, because so much of the shine after, like you said, like after that finale is off of that, and off of like, are Benioff and Weiss even involved in any of these anymore?
Oh, no way.
No, they're all gone now. So it's like all of the very shiny, pretty things that would make you into it are gone now. Yeah. And George R. R. Martin he's got conventions. He's never finishing that book. Like, let's be real. That book is never happening. Yeah. And that could be the only thing that could really hype any of these up. So if they happen, I'll be surprised and I will wait to see. But until I hear that any of them are in like production, I'm just going to assume they're not going to happen.
Well, the Targaryen one is for sure happening. And I'm not excited for it, but I'm still morbidly curious about it, because, you know, this is like, he's already laid out, George R. R. Martin has already laid out a beginning and a middle and an end. This is all the past. He's got all the bullet points. You know, we know how this ends. They've had the plan from the beginning. I don't know whose hands it's in, actually. It's definitely not Benioff and Weiss, but, you know, it's back to early Game of Thrones, which is just like incest and scheming. You know, it's like 7 people all named slight variations on Aeneas with very bright blonde hair having sex with each other and feeding them to dragons. So it could recapture a little bit of that early Game of Thrones magic.
See, this could really be a Beavis and Butthead thing. It's not even that much of a stretch. Like, it's
it is pretty
right
gross.
There.
Yeah.
Hey, Beavis, there's a dragon.
We'll have sex with it. So yeah, this is there's already a blueprint. It's very similar to early Game of Thrones. It could be good. It won't, but I will check it out. And yeah, it's sad. It's sad that they are killing off spinoffs one by one like a faceless man, but it makes perfect sense because, you know, 3 out of 3 of us are over the show, and I think most of the world is too. I can't picture anything. Even Harry Potter like keeps chugging along, but I can't think of anything that got so thoroughly destroyed by its own final season or final movie or anything like Game of Thrones. Whoa, what is that, Ryan? What is that? What am I looking at?
I don't know.
It's a
werewood.
tree. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Okay. Out of context werewood. Terrifying. All right. So moving on to live chat, because y'all have had questions rolling in as we've been talking. And like and subscribe and you know, give us the old thumb and bell if you haven't already. So Adam Hulbert writes, since Suicide Squad's coming out in a few weeks, can we get a new Batman trailer soon? Yes, we better. I mean, I haven't really seen anything of our bats in too long, and I want to see it.
That and Far From Home, right? Like we have to be getting those trailers pretty soon.
Yeah.
Far From Home is supposed to be out by now. We don't even have a trailer.
Or sorry, No Way Home.
No Way
yeah.
Home.
Or that's the one. Yeah, we already have Far From Home. That happened ages ago.
That was my bad. But yeah, no, like those should be, I mean, those are coming out soon enough where before the end of summer, we need to be having trailers for both of those.
Totally. Nintendo Spiders with a great question. Why is Bailey's Pikachu so long?
My question is, why isn't it longer? I feed it every day like I'm supposed to, and it's grown this big.
Oh God, I thought that was like a weird optical illusion. It is that long.
Oh, it is not. It's a long Pikachu.
Okay.
Pikachu made it with a centipede, and it was not good.
He lives a very happy life.
So, Nintendo Spiders also with another question. Do kids know who the Looney Tunes even are, or are they busy watching Peppa Pig? Or do they even know who Peppa Pig is? I think kids these days just watch weird algorithmically generated YouTube videos of like,
which are super creepy.
Yeah, like Spider-Man gives Elsa surgery. Like, I don't know what kids actually watch, but
in that way, Space Jam 2 is a perfect movie for them because it was written and developed entirely by an algorithm.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. No, I do think that like it's weird because you'd think that Warner Bros, if they want to maximize their IP, they would like try to make Looney Tunes a thing. Although they did bring it back for HBO Max, right? There are new Looney Tunes cartoons.
It
right?
was like Looney Tunes Back in Action. When did that movie come out?
Well, there's that movie.
2005.
Oh, geez. Okay, then no.
Kids can all drive now.
I was a small child when that movie came out.
Ryan was but a wink, but in his father's eye.
Amazing. So yeah, you'd think they'd try to do more with them. Like, God, it's right there is to make the Avengers of like, you know, make a Bugs Bunny movie, make a Daffy Duck movie, make a Martian movie, and then make them all play basketball against LeBron Jr. These ideas are free, Warner Bros. Come on. Okay, and final question. Levetto asks, with background Marvel characters coming to the front in their own TV shows and films, what's the next Marvel secondary character that should get their own title? Wasp? Rocket? Those are 2 good suggestions.
Those are good.
Yeah. Let me think. Does anyone jump
Rocket's
out?
already got his own movie, and it's the pre-show for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Disneyland.
I haven't been on that.
Plenty of Rocket for me.
Yeah, he's got a good part when you're waiting in line.
It's pretty great.
He does his whole bit. Yeah.
He has like different area, like he's in different areas and everything. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Nice.
He's a raccoon, so they can just put an animatronic up there.
Yeah.
Can I get that in the theater? I don't think so.
Oh geez, Giant Man. Lawrence Fishburne
Goliath?
was Giant Man. Goliath, yeah, Goliath in the latest Ant-Man, and I would love to see a de-aged Larry Fishburne back in the days, looking like Cowboy Troy, going on adventures. I think that would be pretty sexy.
Yeah,
Cowboy Troy is sexy. Hashtag.
A very large, very de-aged Lawrence Fishburne. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Korg, but they did the whole continuing the Taika thing, but he's apparently like doing a reaction show with Deadpool. I missed the news last week. Is that really
It was
a thing?
promo. It's a promo video for Ryan Reynolds' other movie, but yeah, they do a bit where Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Korg reacts to the trailer for Free Guy because Taika Waititi is also in Free Guy. So there's a lot of synergy.
Oh, so
yeah,
much
I mean,
synergy.
it was
Wow.
well done, but yeah,
We need to make new people. Make new people happen.
We've run out. We need more.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that like you could do if you could get put Chris back in the suit and do like Captain America and like Howling Commandos or
Literally
those
didn't
guys.
know where you were gonna go with that one. There are so many Chris's.
There's so many Chris's.
Too many Chris's.
They all have a suit.
I would watch a Howling Commandos a period piece of like a World War II like a Band of Brothers type thing, and yeah, put Chris Evans back in the suit if he ever needs money. That's my pitch, but you be the judge. Keep them coming in the comments what you'd like to see, and Marvel will steal all of your ideas for free. That's the SJU promise. Thank you, Bailey. Thank you, Danielle, for joining me on this sleepy Monday morning. I'm going to go back to lying down on the couch. You guys do the same. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.